Oh, not gonna lie to you guys, I took and fell asleep, and it's not late. It is, well, my wrist is caught. It's only 6:05 p.m., but after that sun went down, it has got cold. So I am going, I got the gloves on, got the beanie out. Gonna go ahead and get this lantern. And like, this is an alpaca wool hoodie from Appalachian Gear Company, just like that one mid-layer that I have. I don't have that one with me. On this one, I just have a, I've got that the Thermo Wave base layer, and then this Outback Trading Company jacket. But after getting out of that, sleeping bag, that's really not enough. This right here is it's got some type of synthetic insulation. It's not down exactly, but it's from it's made by a company called Little Donkey Andy, and I've like used a lot of their stuff in the past, and I'm hoping that that right there is actually going to be kind of the perfect insulating layer once my body gets it warmed up. In between that and then that oilskin, because that oilskin will stop any airflow or wind and help trap the heat once it's insulated. If I can line the zipper thing up, because it's not so tight or anything, it shouldn't really compress the insulation. Hope everything I just did is in frame. I just kind of set that up really haphazardly and quickly. Hey though, is I'm not sure if I can get this pack, because of the size of it, to fit at the base of this like they say you can. And the cold air has made the pad lose a little bit of air, but that's every type of pad like this. Whew. There we go. That right there's what I'm talking about. This is like my first time using a puffer jacket of any type in a while, aside from the one that's in like this my Pentagon Hurricane like rain jacket shell, and I think I think it's G-Loft. I'm not sure what type of insulation this has, but it's definitely not down. It's some type of synthetic version. Okay, so I brought 2 different ReadyWise Pro meals with me, but I think I'm going to go with the pasta alla vodka with chicken tonight. But before we have that, warm the sole and have a bit of an appetizer. I'm going to have one of these Barvo broth beef and vegetables. It's just like a really nice hearty broth. And then I'm going to have one of these fatty cheddar meat sticks. These things are absolutely amazing if you've never had one. might as well go ahead and have this bad boy. I'll tell you, it's been sitting out in my bag. That thing's got hard. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to boil enough water so that this right here can be reconstituting or rehydrating. And also have enough left over in this to make our beef broth. And we can sip on that while we're waiting on that to do its thing. Well, we've got our water boiling. Our thing right there wanted to rip crooked, but I got that all mashed up the way that we want it. And so we're going to put just a little bit more than half of that in there. And let that do its thing. We'll show that off, do its thing. Well, like I said, while this is doing its thing, we are going to have us this Barvo beef broth. I ought to eat that meat stick. But I kind of actually like this. It says 8 ounces. I probably got somewhere around 6 to 7 in this cup right here. Yeah, whenever it's cold like this and you're using titanium cookware, I've got the cozy that I made, but this stuff is pretty much ready to drink within a minute or two of stirring it together. Oh yeah, and I'd say 6 to 7 ounces is the way to go instead of 8. It's just like a lot more savory. I mean, like for me, that's something that'll be so good just to have in the morning, like whenever you wake up. Oh, but now, after that, I am ready for the main course because I'm hungry, and I gotta be honest, I'm still really tired because I mean, I only slept about an hour and a half nap. And I don't know, like it's dark, it's cold, and I just feel like crawling into that comfy sleeping space. So, right there is what we got. When we open it up, once again, rehydrated very nicely. It's really hard to show this one without dumping it because of the way that it wants to come out of the pouch. But I had a ground mat was going to set my bag on, but it's underneath this, so it's fine from condensation. And like the way that I've got this Haven hammock slash tent set up, whenever I do have it, like whenever I'm in it, because of the pitch I had to go with from the distance of these two trees, at the lowest point it is slightly touching the ground, but if you've not seen my YouTube shorts or my Instagram reels, the very first pro meal I tried was actually night before last or last night, depending on how this upload goes. And I tried the chicken pot pie one, and it tastes just like the Campbell's chicken pot pie out of the can, which I really like. But this is actually 2 times better than that one. Like the pasta in this is so tender. It's seasoned perfect. I think with this one, it's going to be one of those situations where my only gripe is going to be it's not larger. Because I'm gonna finish this, and I'll get back with y'all whenever it's time to hop in the old goose down sack. I actually do feel a lot warmer since I had that meal. But yeah, since like this Tasmanian tiger pack will be fine on its own down there, and I'm actually going to set my boots sideways on it since stuff really isn't that wet. But I think I'm just going to try to still stick with sleeping in my pants the way they are. And then everything I need is like right there. I will say, yeah, like the material in the cold has stretched, as well as like the pad, but that is very normal. I'm going to leave my puffer jacket layer in here, and then I can just pull that layer into my sleeping bag in the morning. And everything will be peachy. Oh. So I will see y'all fine individuals in the morning when we wake up all toasty and warm. Oh, good morning, guys. Oh. I took and slept in a good bit because I'm not pulling your leg when I say that this is the most comfortable sleep system that I've used so far. I mean, hands down. I mean, this is all, only just one first time using it, and we're really not fully suspended because, like I said, just the way that I had to do the pitch. But even with that, I mean, slept on my side pretty much the whole night, which is always nice when you can do that. Sleeping pad is still firm. I did add just a little bit more air to it after, I said, like, with the cold air, it had lost a little bit, but that's also because I ended up just blowing a lot of, warm air into it, and so that kind of causes that. But yeah, I mean, with the down sleeping bag, staying warm was not an issue at all. Everything is perfect. The only thing that I did notice is there's just a very tiny pinhole in the mesh at the very bottom near my feet at the top. And I mean, I was really gentle setting this thing up, so I think that might have actually been there out of the box. No way to know for sure about that, but that's a super easy fix with like one of those Gear Aid mesh patches, and I ain't even worried about that until until summertime, because the mesh isn't even super necessary for this time of year. But I wanted to leave it on for this too, just to see how the mesh was when you was laying in it, and because of these spread bars being up high, the mesh is nowhere near your body. So I think this is actually going to be a very cool sleeping setup when we use it in when we use this coming summer. But I'm definitely going to be filling the next few survival challenges, overnighters, and our bushcraft camping after this, because there'll be a stark contrast in the filling. But yeah, the mat, like, it stayed in the corner pockets perfectly. I love having all these this gear storage. Like, they've done a really good job of integrating and maximizing that. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's going to do it for this one. So I just really enjoyed everything, done great. As always, I really appreciate y'all taking the time to watch the video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the video and the channel with your friends, family, anybody that enjoys good old outdoor activities. This will probably be the only video up until after Christmas is over, so Merry Christmas. And if you're interested in any of the gear and stuff that I use in my videos, I try to always link to everything that I can down in the video description. So until the next one, adios.